Hello, and how are you? It's afternoon. It's still light out, and we have guests arriving soon. I've just spent the whole morning prepping to cook for lunch and cooking, and we have people coming, ex-colleagues of the hubby, but hubby told them to come after midday sometime. So we don't know when they're arriving. They could be arriving in a minute, or they could be arriving in a half hour. And they have young children. So I have no idea how that whole thing is going to work out. But I'm sitting in my office fiddling with some things, and then I thought, well, I have time, kind of. I'll film this video. So if you hear noise, it's probably our guests arriving. And I basically said to hubby, when they arrive, I'm filming a video, don't bother me, and I'll come out and say hello when I'm done. So hopefully I can be speedy, but you know me, I'm not speedy. And so this is my makeup and face for their visit, which is fairly normal me, sort of what I call my classic signature look, and with, you know, all the usual favorites. So let me tell you what I'm doing. It's makeup, shop my stash. This is so overflowing that I have a whole bunch of stuff that I couldn't fit in there. So it's sitting, it's sitting there, out here. And I thought I really need to get this done. And I have some empties, which I am very, very excited about. Because for those of you who are new here, this is my makeup diaries, and it's basically shop my stash, empties, project pan, what I've used, all rolled into one. And I kind of do this once every couple of weeks or so. And I might actually be a bit slow on this one because we were sick for a couple of weeks and then we went away. And while we were away, I was using sort of my travel makeup. So if you actually want to see what's in my travel makeup kit, which sort of is packed away permanently and I just pull it out whenever I travel, happy to do that. Okay, so let's get rid of the empty stuff first. If you watch my last video on this topic, I had got stuck into a little sachet of the BH Cosmetics primer. I'm done. I used it up. I think I got like 4 or 5 uses out of it. It was all right. Nothing to blow me away. It worked. It was fine. I'm just glad it's done. And then the other empty, and oh boy, have we been waiting for this. Ta-da! This is done. This is done. Towards the end, it got to the point where, like, I couldn't get anything out, and I kind of crushed it all up and pulverized it and then just swirled my brush in there. And even then it took absolutely forever. But, you know, I've been working on this for a long time and I'm glad it's done. And in case you're wondering how long I've had this, I think I bought this either, I don't think it was last Black Friday. I think it might have been last Amazon Prime Day. So about a year ago. It's taken me this long to get through it. So I'm very happy those can go into the empties. As usual, my Guerlain Meteorites still very full, still taking absolutely forever to get through. And I'm gonna put away what I can, if I can, as I go a little bit, so that I have room. I've gotten stuck back into my Coty Airspun now that this L'Oreal powder foundation is done, and I kind of remember and forgotten, but this is amazing and I love it. and I have it in translucent. That's it. It's just translucent. There's actually quite a lot of it because this is gigantic. This is like 65 grams. It is like such good value for money. And so I'm about there. I'm not marking it. It'll go down as it goes down, and I'll use it up. And then I'll move on to something else. And I might bounce around a little bit, but you know, we'll see. I've been using my sort of loose blend of contour powder, which is a mix of a few things. I think if you go back to a few videos, and I don't remember how far back it was, I did talk about what I did to get this blend. And I'm thinking I might actually do like a full sort of all my contour stuff, powders, because when I ran out of my, or when I hit pan on my beloved NYX taupe, I went on this looking for a contour frenzy. And I think I'm good now. But I've got a bunch of stuff I can use, and I can talk about it. So I might do just like a contour powders thing at some point. I pulled this out. This is, who remembers Coastal Scents? This was a long time ago. This is crazy, crazy. I'm just going to grab a baby wipe. This is crazy, crazy pigmented. And I really like that color. This was, Coastal Scents was a long, long time ago. But yeah, this is super, super pretty. It does blend out, but you have to be careful using this because it's so pigmented. You kind of need a really, really light hand with it. But it is absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. I decided to pull that out. I've been using it with this, which is the OXS Glow Blush. It's okay. The other one from OXX is better. This one, I have to be really, really heavy-handed for it to show up. So I can't actually, even though, you know, this is like a really, really heavy swatch. Even though you can see it here, I have to really dig into it because I don't know if you can tell, but it's a very dry, powder. It's just very, very dry. So I don't love it, but I think it was $3. So it's okay. And I will, you know, keep using it. It's a good glowy, like it doesn't have that nice glow to it. So it's a good glowy blush topper, which I like. And that's predominantly what I use it for. And then, of course, NARS Orgasm, still broken, still looking very manky. I don't know if you can see, but you see how it's like, I have used it up, because a lot of it, because you can see down the metal side of the pan. So I don't know, I might hit pan at some point, because with a full one, this is Torrid, which is very, very similar to NARS Orgasm. You can see there's not nearly that much, you know, metal around the pan. And I use Torrid today on my cheeks because the NARS one was like right down the bottom and I just couldn't get it out. So that was kind of why I used it. I got stuck back into my Urban Decay 24x7 concealer pencil. This is in the shade DEA. I don't know why they discontinued it, because this is an amazing, amazing concealer. I don't use it like all over for blemishes. I have a, you can't see it now, but I have, or maybe you can a little bit, but I have a little bit of a oopsie tail from a very, very old tattoo of my eyebrow from, excuse me, I want to say at least 15 or more years ago. that needed to be corrected when I recently went to Cambodia and had my brows redone. So when that got done, they kind of reshaped it, which I'm very, very happy about, and they lightened that little bit of a tip. But that means that I've got a little extra tip there that I need to cover up, and I usually ignore it. But for some reason, recently I've decided that I want to cover it up. And so I just use this. I've had it forever. I think I can sharpen this even though it's plastic, but I haven't had to yet because there's plenty of that left. And so I've been using that. I filmed a video a while ago and I used this, which is the Sephora, what is this? Cream Lip Shine. I don't normally wear this as a sort of an everyday lipstick, but it's sort of like a raspberry red leaning a little bit pink, but it was very pretty. It's very pretty on film and on video, so I've been wearing that. Well, I wore it once, but you know, this is me trying to get use out of my things, so I did use it. Okay, then this is another one I finished. This was a little decant of my, where is it? This which was the L'Oreal Serum Skin Tint, the one that comes in a dropper bottle. I forget the exact name of it, but I'm in between shades. I'm in between like the very, very lightest shade and then the next lightest shade. One is too dark, one is too light, but if I mix the two together, it's perfect. So that's what I've done here. And I had a little bit extra that didn't fit into that little squeezy tube, so I put it in here, and I have finally finished it. It took absolutely forever because I don't use a lot of foundation. So this took me a long time, but I'm glad it's done because then I can crack into that tube. I want to talk about this. This is the Laura Geller Spackle Tinted Under Makeup Primer in Champagne. I really like the tone and I really like the color. It's very, very pretty because it's basically like a light champagne. It's mostly glow, and you see that glow? Yeah, it's mostly just glow. But I like my primers to be more pore filling. And this is not a pore filling primer. It's pretty much just a glowy primer. So I still need to figure out how to use it because it's not doing one of the things that I want my primers to do, which is fill pores, especially around my nose where I've got, you know, the pores from the sebaceous filaments and things like that. So, and you know, that's kind of a problem area for me. So I've been using that. I'm not loving it, but I don't like dislike it. I really like it for the glow. So I think I need to figure out what foundation I use it with. Probably the more matte foundations. And so I need to find myself another pore filling primer to use on an everyday basis, and maybe I can sort of use this like on top of the pore filling, so we'll see. Today I'm actually using, where is it, my Giorgio Armani Power Fabric foundation. I'm in the shade 4. I absolutely love this foundation, and there's not, I don't know, I'm trying to look up at it in the light. There's not a lot of it left, because I've just, you know, I've had this for a while. Actually, you know what, I can, yeah, so I'm down to about here, and it is fantastic. It looks beautiful, it wears beautifully, it's very long wearing. I love the coverage, and it's not crazy heavy full coverage. and it looks like skin. So I really, really like this. And it's one of my favorite foundations. I'm using that today. Okay, the Pera Velvet 01, Ink Velvet 01 in the color Good Brick. I use this as blush because it's too matte and it's too dry on my lips as lip color. So it's actually a gorgeous, gorgeous lip color, and I love it as a color for my lips, but it doesn't work on my lips because my lips are fussy and it doesn't like stuff that's matte or drying. So I use this as blush, and it is stunning. Absolutely stunning as a blush, so I use that. And for eyeshadows and other blushy things, sorry, I've got a little itch in my hair. We went out about a week ago to run a few errands, and I needed to pick up a few things for my mom. And we stopped in the mall, sort of across from the, what's that thing called? The bakery, where I had to go and pick up some meat pies for my mom. And they have a price line there. And it's a beauty only price line. So they don't have any of the pharmacy stuff. They don't have any vitamins. They don't have any health stuff. They don't have a pharmacy or medication or any of that stuff. So it's only beauty, skincare, makeup, nails, and perfume. So they actually had all these brands that I know Priceline carries that I could only get from their website, because my Priceline in my town doesn't have them in store. But they had the Kind Collective in store. They had Elf in store. They had NYX in store. They had Essence in store. They had Max Factor in store. Those are the big ones that I could remember, because I was like, wow, they have all of this. And in the other brands, they had a lot more space, because, you know, it was a big store and it wasn't taken up by the pharmacy. So there was a lot more shelf space. So they carried a lot more product for those other lines as well. But I was very, very excited to see Essence, because I love the line. I love the brand. They have really, really high quality products for, and you know, next to very affordable prices. I was going to say next to nothing, but it's not nothing, but they're very affordable. So I got this nude edition eyeshadow, and oh gosh, the pigmentation on this is amazing. And this is wonderful because I've been eyeing the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette, because I love those colors. But that's over $100. I think it's like $120 something now. This was $550 or $750 or something like that. And the pigmentation is just beautiful and so smooth and absolutely gorgeous, and all these colors that I really, really, really love. So yeah, this is amazing. I have used it. And then I saw that they had these two. This was an Iron Face palette, and this was a blush and highlighter palette. I have used both of these. I think they were $7.50 each, which is just an amazing, amazing price. Essence generally doesn't go on sale because it's already so affordable. But this is called Bloom Baby Bloom. It's Iron Face. That's what it looks like. And again, very neutral. This would be a really, really good travel palette for me. So I might just throw this into my travel makeup and keep it in there. But again, gorgeous quality. I can use this bronzer for an eyeshadow color. This blush color is the kind of like shimmery peachy pink that I like. you know, and these eyeshadow colors are just beautiful. Because we traveled recently, we went away recently, and I only had like a bronzer and blush duo in my travel kit. And I found that it wasn't quite enough. I can use the bronzer in my eyes as well, which is something I do, you know, quite often. But I needed a highlighter and I didn't have a highlighter. So this, I think, is going to be really nice. It's small, it's compact. It's going to be wonderful for traveling. So I think that's going to go into my travel kit or my travel makeup bag. And then the other thing is this Peach Blossom blush and highlighter palette, which is basically just blush, 3 shades of blush, pinky, mauvey, peachy, and then 2 shades of highlighter. Again, the quality is just really, really nice. And these are actually colors that I would wear. Like these are just really, really lovely. And then that's the highlighter. Sorry, my hand had blush on it. So that's just a basic champagne highlighter. And then this is kind of like a pinky highlighter, which doesn't show up really well. Does it show up? It's hard to see, but that's the pinky highlighter. And I use the pinky highlighter as a blush topper more than, you know, so just like a highlighter. I don't really use highlighter per se. I usually use highlighter as a blush topper as opposed to, you know, just highlighting there. I kind of just like whack it everywhere, because that's just the way that I use highlight. Anyway, so then I pull this out. I really like to use this when I blend out my crease. So, and this is a eyeshadow. It is the, is this L'Oreal? Yes, L'Oreal Paris eyeshadow. It's the oil eyeshadow in the color Extraordinaire. And it's actually really, really nice and very pigmented. I think if I shear it out, I could probably use this as a blush too. I might try that one day and see how that works. Or like a very shimmery blush topper, but I think I would need like a very light hand on that. But I use that predominantly as like, you know, just to blend out the crease there. That's what I do with that, and I use that quite a lot. I actually paired this with this, which is a Kind Collective, it's a bronzer.
Someone was detected at your front door.
Here we go. People have arrived, and I'm still going. I still have maybe like another 10 or 15 minutes, so they'll wait. So this is the Kind Collective Face Bronzer in the shade number 5 Glorious Shimmer Bronzer. I can't use that as a bronzer. I mean, I don't use bronzer anyway, but it's so shimmery, and that's eyeshadow for me. So I use these two together a lot, where this goes all over my lid and then that blends out my crease. So I did that. And what else did I do? Today, I used, who remembers these? The L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. This one is in Amber Rush, which is, it's what I have all over my lids. Like, how much of a classic is this? And how long ago did this come out?
Someone was detected at your front door.
Sorry. I guess they're in and out, in and out. You might hear that a few times. Yeah, so look at this. Isn't that beautiful? This is still like amazing, beautiful. It's like a pressed pigment. The color is just stunning. The quality is stunning. I don't know if they still sell it, but it takes absolutely forever to get through because you need so little of it because it's so pigmented. But yes, Amber Rush was quite the thing back in the day. And I used this Ulta Camel eyeshadow to blend it out. I got this from the US, and it's just a very neutral color, and I just used it to blend out the edges, so it blends really nicely and you can really barely see it. Lips. What else do I have? Any more eye things? Yes, but oh, face. I have a sample, actually I have two, of the Morphe Light something foundation. The new Morphe foundation that comes in a dropper bottle that's like some kind of a serum foundation. They say it oxidizes and it goes a shade or two darker. So I got 02N, the neutral, and I got 02C, I think, cool. They both work fine on me. And neither of them actually oxidize on me, which is amazing. I don't have an issue with the oxidization, but I haven't quite figured out how to get it to work and look good on my skin, because originally when I used it, it looked good on my skin, but then when I was using it with that the Laura Geller Spackle, it didn't look good, and it kind of got patchy and didn't stick. So I need a foundation primer that works with this, and it's not this. And I've used this a few times. There's still quite a bit of it left. I probably have another 2 or 3 uses out of this, because a little goes a long way. But that's just me in foundation, because I just don't use a lot of foundation. So that's the foundation. And then contour, I used this. Actually, I used this more because I wanted to try it out to see if it worked well enough for me that I could throw it in my travel bag as a contour, travel makeup bag as a contour, and I think it'll work. It's a bit light. It's a bit lighter than I like. This is my NYX taupe, which is of course my perfect color, and I know I hop on and on about that. So that's this one, which is Cotton Contour, Missha Cotton Contour in the color Salted Hot Choco. And this is my NYX. So, you know, they're not very, very far off. So I used this a couple of times because I wanted to see if I could throw this in my travel bag as my contour, and I think I will do that. Okay, I need to go fast. This is the Rimmel Wonder Freeze Brow Lamination Gel in deep brown. It's not deep enough a brown for me. It's okay. I don't feel like it holds that much or laminates as well as I would like it to laminate. I have very stubborn brow hairs like right there that just likes to point straight down. So I need something very strong to hold that up. And this, I'm continuing to use my own DIY one with the super strong hair gel, and this is continuing to work fine. I like it very, very much. But yes, I will keep working on that. I'm going to put this away for now. Lips. Rare Beauty. I use these all the time. This is in Wonder, which is sort of a pinky mauve color. And this other one is Joy, which is an orangey color. Both gorgeous. Love the formula. And I do use these quite frequently when I wear something that it matches. And behold, it stains. I also use this, which is the Uma Beauty. It's discontinued. I got it from Walmart, and it's a lip stain. It's the color I'm wearing now. Well, actually, no, it's not, because I topped it up with my Everyday Red. But this looks exactly like this color. on the lips. Except they've discontinued this product, but it is made in Korea and it's Korean. So I really like this, but they've discontinued it. And I bought that in Walmart, from Walmart in the US when I was there a while ago. My Everyday Red, of course. I don't think I should even need to mention my Everyday Red, because like it's my Everyday Red. I use it all the time. And then also this Can Make Tokyo Juicy Lip Tint. You can see a theme here. This was it's another very similar, probably a little bit more brown, just more terracotta. But I can't buy this here. I got this in Singapore, and a friend of mine was going to Singapore, but then something happened and her trip got canceled, and I had asked her to get me another one, you know, to replace the Everyday Red back in the day when it was running out and I hadn't done my whole DIY thing. But she didn't go, so I only have this, and there's not much left in here. So those two. And then on the eye front, I have two of the Mecha Max Zoom Shadow Sticks. I use these as eyeliner. I just use a brush like that. Take it and apply it like eyeliner, because my eyes are difficult. And the reason I'm not wearing any eyeliner today is because it's going to be a long day. There's people, so I don't want my eyeliner to smudge or run, and it's just neater that way to just not have any eyeliner on. And this is the brown. So black, brown, and that's really, really nice. And they last. They do last. So I'm happy with that. I dropped something. Hang on. Apologies for that quick shot of the bed. How is it looking? Oh, not terrible. Not very well made, but not terrible. These are the Kind Collective eyeshadow sticks. They're very dry. And somebody on YouTube, I think it was Samantha Izundu, I was watching, said, oh, you know, these are good, but what you do is you put it on your fingertip like that, and then you tap it on, and that works. Because it doesn't really, like, it drags and it doesn't apply well if you just try to put it right on your eyelids. So you kind of need to do that, and it applies and it stays and it lasts, and it's really nice, but it's a bit of a faff.
Someone was detected at your front door.
And it's a bit of a faff in terms of just getting it on. I also use, so I use 3 colors. These 3. It came in a set over Christmas. And this is the color, I don't know, do they have names? Where are the names? I can't see any names. Anyway, so this one, which is kind of like a bronzy brown, and then this one, which is sort of like a lighter version of that, and then this is kind of it's kind of like a deep plummy color. Can you see that plum? A little bit, yeah. So I use these, and they're nice, but they're a bit of a faff to use. And then finally, eyebrows. I continue to just grab whatever I have and rotate through and use them because they're all fine. So I used my Essence Baby Got Brow in I sound like a broken record, in some brunette color, which I can't see right now. There you go, dark brunette. And then I used my, it just says eyebrow pencil. It's a Japanese one, I think, that I got from Daiso, and it's in Opoc 2. I assume that means that's their dark brown color. And the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Retractable Pencil. This is in medium brown, that one. And of course my all-time favorite, which is, it looks black. It's not black, but it's fantastic. And it's a Sea Beauty one that has no name, or it has a name but I can't read it because it's like in Chinese and it's gold and you can barely see it. So yes, that is it. And I had meant to go fast, but there was so much and I hadn't done this in a while. So there you go. That's it. Now I need to go because there are people outside waiting for me and I have to go and cook lunch. We've got smoky barbecue, slow cooked smoky barbecue ribs. They need just to go in the oven because they're mostly ready. And then I'm making pizza tarts, and there is a salami and cheese pizza tart. There is a chicken and pesto one, and then there is a miso mushroom with garlic jam and caramelized onions one, and then there's a salad. And I got chicken nuggets for the kids because I don't know whether the kids are going to eat like adult food because they're 2 and 5. So, yep. Right. Gotta go. Thank you so much for hanging in here with me, and I will see you next time. Please do all the YouTubey things. Give this a like, leave me a comment, subscribe. I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.